Somebody wake me when the countdown's over. I can get in a good 40 seconds. Hey, multi-gunman! Here's audio. Hello world, Qapla, it's Berto Prey, and welcome to Bed Life. Thank you for the wake up call. Welcome to Bed Life for Friday, April 10th, 2020. Hello world, yes, hello everybody. I'm a little out of it. Sassy kept us up overnight. Sassy decided to have a bad night, and she was moving all of her stuff around, and you just can't sleep when you hear her constantly moving about the house, dragging her toys around the house. When we woke up, all of her toys were in the middle of the living room on the floor. She just brought them all together. This happens. The natural doggy cycle, I guess, that happens, and she's entering that time where she feels like she should be a mommy doggy, and all of her stuffed animals and toys, they're puppies. So she moved them all to the center of the room, I guess. I don't know. 47 Yorktown says, well, Sisko used to call Dax old man. She could be vice emissary and sniff people's hair bite and style. No. Dax is not the vice emissary. I'm telling you, Dax was the actual emissary of the prophets. And I've got proof, and I will explain it in a few minutes, and you guys can try to change my mind if you dare. Joseph says it sounds like a conspiracy theory he's in, that Dax is the real emissary. Thomas Potts says, hello world, it's Thomas O. Potts 1. That doesn't sound right coming from you, Thomas. Joseph says, hello world, it's Joseph O. Petrick 2. Closer. Multi-Gunman says first and banned. Welcome, Multi-Gunman. It's been a while since you made a stream. I'm glad you've made today. I know you always write comments afterwards that you missed it. I'm glad you made it for the start today. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hope you are well. I'm battling my toothache. Unfortunately, after last night, it got noticeably worse. It had been doing really good, and got noticeably worse, and I hope we can turn back the clock with the tooth a little, because it's going to be really, really annoying if it gets like this or gets worse over the next few weeks, because I don't know when I'll be able to see a dentist. Oh yes, live chat. Thank you, Mamo Pray. Changing over to live chat. Resolute Germ says, hello everyone. Hello, Resolute Germ. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Life with Matthew. Multi-Government says, hey Bird, how's it going? Well, basically just as I said, not too bad except for a tooth problem. Goddamn filling fell out about a week into this whole mess, and by the time I talked to the dentist, it was too late. He didn't want to come, and we didn't really want him here, to be honest, either, but it kind of sucks. And I tried the wax. It lasted about 15 minutes before it fell out when I ate dinner. So I don't know. It really didn't do much while it was in there. So Joseph says, Multi-Gunman, so how's the situation in Quebec? That's a good question. Rocksolid says, where's the audio? I'm sure there's audio. Nobody's texting me. Yeah, there's plenty of audio. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Bird of Prey in chat. Greetings, Mike Richards. Admiral Saval says Qapla, Qapla, Admiral. JP says not first. Well, that's okay, JP's. But you're not last. Thomas is not a minute in and he's going to sleep. I know. Roxod says, well, I guess I'll come back when Bird fixes the audio. There's audio. If you don't hear the audio, then it's going to be a long night for you, Rock Solid. Because you're not going to hear audio on anyone's channel. Mr. Londell says, I see by the title, Bird's tripping again. No. I'm going to explain how this is true. It's absolutely true. Tiki of Doom says, Qapla. Thomas says, Bird is drunk. The Continuum says, hello, Bird. How are you? I'm good, Continuum. Aside from my tooth issue that I'm sure you've heard about. Multi-Godman says, Thomas Potts, when is Bird not drunk? You've never seen me drunk. You've never seen me drunk. I don't think you guys have ever seen me even drink a sip of alcohol. But to be honest, even when I drank, I think I was ever drunk in my life, honestly, just one time. It was an extended couple of week period while we were in London, but it was only counts as one time. Multi-Godman says sassy, attack, and even that I'd say was more buzzed than drunk. Yosef says Bird got a haircut. Looks like barbers do not die in New York. Only die. No, that was with the help of Mamo Prey, who buzzed down to the 1/8 of the inch yesterday, to keep the hair from starting to curl up on the edges. Mamo Prey hates every time she has to cut off the curly hair. Doesn't like it. Cinnabon Bunny says hello. Welcome, Cinnabon. Cinnabon had a great stream going, guys. He started playing Access and Allies. Oh my god, it's just so complicated, that game. Then they tried Monopoly, and then it was just a good old discussion stream. I was glad to be part of it. And for those who don't know, yesterday I started playing Risk. And there's Risk. It's a game. It's called Risk Global Domination. And it's free to download. It's free to play. You get like, I don't know, 20 plays or something, plus 5 a day. If you want to, you don't have to pay a cent. It's on Steam. It's on Google Play Store, and it's on the Apple App Store. And whether you have an Android phone, an iOS, an Apple phone, or a computer and you've got Steam, you can all play against each other. So yesterday I played with Captain Trek and Wesley, and then we did a game with Cinnabon and Wesley and Resolute Germ and Admiral Saval and probably someone else I'm forgetting. It was awesome. We played a few games yesterday, and I'm loving it. I'm loving Risk. Risk was always one of my favorite games. This is a relatively new Risk. It only came out this year. So I know I'd looked for Risk a year ago on Steam, and it was all the offerings were total crap. Total crap. This was the winner. They did it right. Risk Global Domination. They did it absolutely right. And you guys should all download it. Like I said, it's free. And on certain days of the week, maybe Thursdays, maybe Sundays, we're certainly going to be playing some Risk, because it is one of my favorite games. Multi-Gunman says to Joseph Patrick, Sassy is an excellent barber. Good girl, Sassy, says Thomas. Multi-Gunman wants Sassy to attack. Josh Street says, all hail the true ruler of Kuroga, Sassy, and down with the evil dictator. Royal Prey 5. Resolute Germs is Bird of Prey. Time to pull that tooth. I know. Mama Prey says you'll get the pliers. Adega says, hail, Bop, hail, Adega. Use clove oil for tooth pain. I don't have clove. I don't know what clove is. Clove oil. We'll have to Google it. JP's is Bird of Prey sent you Discord PM you may enjoy. Thank you, JP's. I haven't checked Discord, but I will. I'll try it in a bit. And Joseph says to try earwax. No, I don't think earwax is what you need. I have tooth wax somewhere. Gum, whatever it is. It's gum brand tooth wax. And there's these little things. I put the first one in. I mean, it was in, yeah, okay. But as soon as I ate dinner, popped right out. So I did, but I'd go through all that stuff in a day. Oh, well, I just don't, I mean, I don't know that it really did anything. It was in place. I'm like, I'm not really having, if I'm not eating, it don't really need it to be protected. And if I do eat, it doesn't hold the protection. I just don't understand what the point is. Abig says this is the naked live stream. No, there's nobody's naked on this stream, and I'm not drunk. And I'm not under the influence of special water molecules either. Yeah, Big Beard, I read that. Adega says your pharmacist will also have or should have temporary tooth filling kit. Really? A temporary tooth filling kit? That's interesting. Thank you, Adega. I will look into that. I didn't even think of that. Actor says, what's DS9? What's a DAX? Can I eat an emissary? Biden 2020. Abig says, bird drunk confirmed. Drunk on the blood of the poor and destitute. Resolute says, Bird of Prey, can I be there? I can be there in 5 days with a pair of flyers and some weed cookies. You can live stream it. It will definitely faux virtual. You mean go viral? It will definitely go viral. It probably would. Actor says, I don't know if drunk, but he is blue. Yeah. John Street says, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey keeps you high as a kite. Since we're all bots made by Mama Prey, you know, Siso Prey tried to convince me, and I am still not 100% sure she wasn't lying, that Mama Prey paid my friends to be my friends when I was a kid. I'm starting to think she might have. Multi-Gunman says, Joseph, how's your boat building skills? We need a boat built so we can ship the Quebec people back to France. Oh, Actor says, last time in Bird of Prey 5. Yeah, last time on Bird of Prey 5. JP says, Multi-Gunman, yes, send them back, but we still keep Montreal Canadians. Actor says, Multi-Gunman, you can't ship the crazy butcher of Quebec. No. Alexander, crazy Quebecan Alexander, got a new job. He is a butcher of dead meat. And it's very important that he says the dead part of meat, because I tried to explain to him that he doesn't have to remind us every time that the meat is dead, but he feels that it is necessary. So I suppose butchers of live meat might be a thing. So Alexander is enjoying his job as a butcher of dead meat in Quebec. JP's Multigamin, yes, and I read that. Mr. Londell says, Bird of Prey has been playing Risk since yesterday. It's quite fun. Yes, I played it some more today. I really enjoy it. Joseph's a Multigamin, very bad. No skills to be precise, but they will probably sink. When will Canada send me the contract to sign? Multigamin says, JP's, yes, we keep the Montreal Canadians. Multi-Gunman says to Actor, yes, we can. And Multi-Gunman says to Joseph, sink, that would be perfect, preferably in the middle of the Atlantic. Abig Beard says, Bird of Prey, clove essential oil will numb your gums for a while. But how does it taste? Does it taste worse than Ambersol? Because if it tastes worse than Ambersol, then I don't need it. Roxas says, what was the tip in? Alexander just donated $2 through Super Chat. Asian Muslim wife born in the USSR is the best choice. You're right, Alexander. And I would bet that chopped dead meat from your butcher shop is also the best choice if you're in Quebec looking for some from dead meat. Thank you, Alexander. Roxas says, it was the tip in. If the tip in is in, it counts. Multi-Gomez is confirmed. Bird is getting naked. I'm not getting naked. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. Josh Street says, Rock Solid, no Dear Bop. There's going to be some Dear Bop, but it's later. Actor says, this stream is sponsored by Vanity Smurf, personal grooming products. Smurfscape today. Wow. Indie Tiger says, hey, Bird and friends, and Sassy, Snicker of Doodles, Crispy of Creams, and Jadzias of Daxes. Welcome, Indie Tiger. Qapla. Josh Street wants Dear Mom. Well, there will be a Mamo Pray tale in all likelihood today. Multigun says, Bird, I'm pretty good for a pair of pliers. I'll take care. Yeah, everybody's a dentist. As soon as somebody has a hurt tooth, everybody wants to take out the pliers and pull the tooth. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Why can't I click on someone's name and get their channel anymore? I don't know, Thomas. I think YouTube effed something up. I noticed it stopped working the other day, and it's still not working. It's so stupid. Why would YouTube want to block people's channels? Dr. Alex is Qapla, Bird of Prey. I just rendered the newest blooper video, which has a big thank you to me in it. Oh, thank you, Dr. Alex. I will make sure I watch it as soon as it's up. Or, as soon as I notice it's up. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Your poll is tied. Well, if the poll is tied, I break the tie, basically. So, if it's tied, it's tied. It's going to be tomorrow morning. I'm going to look at the poll for what movie we're going to watch. Not tomorrow, but for the week after. And whichever one it is, it is. Now, if it's tied, I break the tie. And then I will post the poll for the following week and the notice of which movie won. As to what time I do that tomorrow, it could be any time from when I wake up to right before I go on for tomorrow's Cinema Saturday. Right now it's tied with UHF and Judge Dredd. Joe Biden donated $1. I only shop at butchers who don't use dead meat. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
And Alexander donated $2 Canadian. I like to smell raw flesh of dead animals. I'm sure you do, Alexander. Good for you. Good for you. What were you going to say, Mama Pray?
I was going to say I didn't vote yet.
Oh, Mama Pray didn't vote yet.
I can be bribed.
But she can be bribed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and you got to bribe me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So if Mama Pray is willing to sell her vote to the highest super chat. She will vote tomorrow, based on whoever bribes her. But of course, if somebody else then outbids you, you're shit out of luck. So if you bid $5 and then somebody else comes in with 6 or 7. Then it doesn't matter anymore. Sorry. No refunds. No refunds. She says till the end of the stream. She'll take the highest bribe.
I'm not like you, son. I don't give it.
Yeah, Mama Pray says she's not like me. She doesn't give refunds. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Why can't I don't know. It's broken. Actor says Thomas Potts. Same happens to me. Yeah. It's happening to everybody. JP's is Bird of Prey. Alexander, a butcher. I think he mistranslated that English to serial killer. No, he's a butcher. He works in literally a butcher shop. Josh Reitz is Bird of Prey. Alexander is telling you to send live packages. Is telling you not to send live packages to him anymore. Multi-governments is Alexander. Hey, Alexander, how's it going? Epic Beards is Bird of Prey. It tastes like clove. Well, what the hell does clove? Joseph Petrick donated $2 through Super Chat. This is a bribe to vote for UHF with Siso Prey. 2 euros. So you have €2, and now we got $2 Canadian Super Chat from Alexander. Conan would vote Judge Dredd. War, Wine, and Women. Well, Alexander, I hate to tell you, but because of the currency, €2 is worth more than $2 Quebecan. And I hesitate to say $2 Canadian, but €2 has a higher exchange rate than Canadian. Would even have a higher exchange rate than US dollars. So it would take more than $2 Canadian to change the vote to Judge Dredd. Right now, UHF is in the lead with it's approximately $2.30, maybe $2.20 American from Yosef. So it's UHF right now, Mama Pray. Multi-gun says Alexander, hi, how's it going? I read that. I don't know what clove tastes like, Epic. Thomas says, okay, the actor. Okay, I'm not going to read the chats between, direct people. Where are we? It jumped. Sci-Fi Nation, Qapla Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mo, Prey, Sassy, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Sci-Fi Nation. Joseph says, clove oil. It's a spice. It's the one I just sent you a picture of. Picture of clove oil, huh? I don't have Discord open yet. Multi-gun says Alexander, and plus a picture doesn't tell me how it tastes. Multi-gun man says, excellent, Alexander. JP says, Bird of Prey. Oh, speak of the butcher, and it appears, indeed. Thomas says, Bird is 50% naked on bed life. I'm not. Thomas Potts donates $4.99 super chat. Says, UHF, so DJ shuts up about it. Thank you, Thomas. So the bid now is $4.99 that you have to beat if you want to change it off UHF. Thank you, Thomas Potts. Multi-Gunman says Thomas put a 50% naked plus 50% drunk equals 100% bird. Sci-Fi Nature says good days and bad, Cinnabon. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about the bad. Multi-Gunman says I'll be back. Have to take the dogs for a walk. Take care. Multi-Gunman. Epic Beard says Bird breaks the Tide Pod. Confirmed. Cheater. I don't have a Tide Pod. John Street says Bird of Prey is a dentist on the Enterprise. I'm not a dentist. I never pretended to be a dentist. Agner says Bird promotes the smelling of raw flesh. Confirmed. JP is talking to Alexander. John Street says I've changed my vote to Judge Dredd, so now it's in the lead. Indie Tiger says, how do I super chat in Quataloos? You'd have to ask YouTube. Actor says to John Street, you don't like Sissel Prey? I guess not. Actor says euros greater than Canadian dollars. Yes, also greater than American dollars, unfortunately. John Street says, actor, I never liked UHF. Wow. You never liked UHF. It's weird. JP says, Bird of Prey clothes taste like damp, moldy dirt. Oh, Moira. Hello all. Hello, Moira. Qapla. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I pronounced your name right today. Number one sci-fi says, Bird of Prey. Why do you keep interrupting me from watching Discovery? I'm trying to save you from watching Discovery. Number one sci-fi. You clearly must have a fever. Or you're ill in some sort. Sci-Fi Nation donated $2 through Super Chat. Kissing Dax and Karoga National Anthem are the best choice. Well, we can do the National Anthem in a little bit, but I don't know if we're going to get Kissing Dax. It's a chance. No, I think we got Commander Shran. It's always a risk. Springtime says, how's it going? It's going okay, Springtime. Just a tooth pain, but other than that, can't complain. A lot of people are worse off than me today, unfortunately. Mike Richards says UHF is funny, but I'm understandably prejudiced against the actor Michael Richards. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, you have the same name. I see. Yeah. Moira Kitty says, I'm guessing I'm the only one that's having connection with the StreamYards on YouTube. Everybody else live stream seemed fine. I was watching StreamYard's stream today. This is not StreamYard's, Moira. This is XSplit directly to YouTube. But, yeah, no, I was watching a StreamYard stream most of the day, and it was fine. I think StreamYard might be having issues, though. Indie Tiger growls at Moira. Joseph says, Moira, hello and welcome. She says hello to people. Everybody's saying hello back. Hugs, pray. Hugs, Moira. Rambling Canuck says, hello, Bird of Prey and all. Welcome, Qapla, Rambling Canuck. Josh says, Bird of Prey, you're a butcher in your own right. You butcher names and words. This is true. I deny nothing. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, Dax and the son of Spock are now married in real life. No joke. I know. Number one sci-fi says, Bird of Prey, Discovery and Kissing Burnham are the best choice. Wow, his fever is getting worse, people. JP's is rambling. You know what sucks? The damn grocery stores are closed today. Damn it. Oh, Good Friday? They closed the grocery stores? Moira was trying to live stream for a few minutes and was being so badly pixelated. She has deleted the whole thing. Oh, Moira, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But now you get to enjoy some bed life. Rambling Canuck says, yes, JP's. That's what he wanted to buy food. Piano Dean says, Bird of Prey, what kind of mic is this? This is the famous Blue Yeti microphone. I think it's $99 on YouTube. It's quite a hefty microphone. It's generally considered the best of the entry-level microphones on YouTube. The foam cover doesn't come with it. That was an extra 99 cents. Yeah, it's cool. It's, I don't know. I was actually looking at maybe upgrading. It's got settings on the back. So, like, right now it's set to just get voice from the front. You can set it to get voice from both sides, get voice from all around, and I think there's even an instrumental setting. So that's what these switches are on the back. Knobs are on the back, and you can change the gain on it too. It plugs right into the USB port. It's a Blue Yeti. I mean, it's damn near the most popular one out there for YouTubers. Moira thinks she'll hang out and visit with y'all for a while until the traffic slows down. Might be what's causing the issue with streaming. Well, Moira, I know a lot of people are streaming right at this time. 5 p.m. Eastern on Fridays is like the magic time. Everybody is streaming. Even Nerdrotic, which I feel I voted for him to move his stream up to this time, but I wasn't thinking that now he's streaming the same time I am, which I'm sure at least a couple of people are probably at his stream, and I don't blame them because I would be there too if I wasn't streaming. But I was like, oh yeah, the earlier he streams, the more of his I'll be able to see. But I was like, idiot, you stream at 5 p.m. on Friday. Now he's streaming at 5 p.m. Friday. Granted, his will go on for 5 or 6 hours in all likelihood, so I'll be able to watch some of it afterwards. But, yeah, it was probably a bad choice to vote for him to move it up. Though he gets, like Nerdrotic, he probably has 3,500 people watching right now, which is amazing, but that's all going through StreamYard, so. Although I guess the 3,500 doesn't matter. That's all going by YouTube. But everybody is streaming right now, so I can imagine StreamYard is having some growing pains. Springtime says Bird of Prey. You should do you should do a Star Trek Discovery STD marathon. Both seasons, you can get your war crime of the week out of the way. I don't think so. John Street, Bird of Prey. This isn't number one sci-fi. Sci-fi is the mirror universe. Oh, that isn't number one sci-fi. That's the mirror universe number one sci-fi. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. JP is the Bird of Prey, the blue tip mic. Yes, I got the blue tip because when I had the green screen or something, actually when I was using the virtual green screen, the black from the camera, the black from the microphone was kind of getting cut off by the virtual software. So I was like, okay, I'll get blue. Then when I went to the green screen, the blue was sometimes looked like it was green. So I went back to the black, but the black was worse. So I put the blue back on, and now the green screen's gone. So I still have the blue. I gotta ask Mama Pray one day to find the black foam to put back on at some point. But yeah, I'd rather go back to just a black foam filter. I probably don't even need the black foam or any color foam, but it just seems more right to have the foam. Wesley can't stay, has to go to work. Wesley, take care. God bless. Stay safe. Wesley, a true hero, working through this pandemic to keep food and toilet paper on the shelves for all of us slobs. Thank you, Wesley. Dr. Alex's which Judge Dredd film is it? It's the 1995 original Stallone Judge Dredd film. That's which Judge Dredd film is in the running. Poundies is Bird of Prey. It's just that it picks up your voice so well from that far away. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad because it's set to pick up voice in this direction. That's exactly where it's set to. Because this is the front of the mic and it's set to pick up from the front. There are other settings so I could have it pick up voice from front and back or voice from 360. You cannot do voice from the top. That's the first thing they say, because like the first thing I want to do is like, oh, I'm going to talk into the microphone like this. I'm like, no, that's not how you talk into this microphone. You talk to this microphone looking at the front of it, which is a bit weird to me, but I got used to it. Joseph says Dr. Alex, 1995. Yes, 1995. It's not the new one. It's not the new and old. It's just the older one. Moira says usually don't stream that dang early. At least they didn't used to. No, he had a poll as to when he should stream, and frankly, he had a lot. He did a 5 p.m. Eastern stream last week because he had Critical Drinker on, and Critical Drinker I think is in the UK or something or Europe, so he can't come on too late. And they had like 1,000 more watchers than they normally had, so he put up a poll and overwhelmingly people said he should stream earlier than later. So I think that's what he's doing. So actually, I'm kind of curious to see how is he doing. Let me check on how he's doing, because there was some debate over whether the extra users was because of his time or holy shit. Yeah, he still has. He's got 3,542 watchers right now, which is about 1,000 more than he'd have at this point in his normal Friday night stream. So he definitely, maybe 200 or 300 people were there last week because of Critical Drinker alone. But yeah, because when I was there last week, it was like 3,800. He's already at 3,500 and change. So this is the time. This is prime time YouTube streaming. And it goes on way into Friday night. I mean, Doomcock, he'll have 1,000, 2,000 people by the time his stream's over too. Dr. Alex says the new one is better and sadly underappreciated. I disagree, Dr. Alex. I did not like the new Judge Dredd. JP's is your streams are bad. Oh, thank you so much, JP's. I know, and Sci-Fi Nation agrees. I thank you guys. I know we have a smaller community here, but I'm happy to have you guys here. I really am, and I'm glad you put up with. I'm still learning some of this stuff. Moira says Nerdrotic is probably killing my pixels. Well, maybe. Piano Dean says my StreamYard and Windows only software. I mainly use a Mac. No, StreamYard is not really, it's browser based. So it doesn't matter what operating system you use. StreamYard is only something that loads in your web browser. So as long as you have Chrome or Firefox as a web browser, you can use StreamYard. That's the only thing you need to have. Star Trek Nitpicker says Bird-O-Rama Qapla, Star Trek Nitpickers. And welcome. Star Trek Nitpickers, guys, is another great Star Trek channel. Obviously, they do Star Trek nitpicking, but videos are always fun. Commander Corbo here. Actor says Doomcock is also early. Yeah, Doomcock again today decided to do an early and a late stream. So he split it up. He's doing 2 Friday streams. Springtime says, no, Bird, no, what's the matter, Springtime? What's the matter? Oh, every time I mention who somebody else is on, we lose more people. That's okay. Piano Dean says the Cars actually have a song called Blue Tip. Wow. Cinnabon says YouTube recommends watching Bird at 144p. It's probably better that way. Moira says, I'm surprised everybody's internet's not slowing down over these big channels streaming at the same time. Well, to be honest, Moira, we consider them big channels. I mean, Nerdrotic at 200,000, Doomcock at, 150,000? But there are YouTubers with 5 million subscribers that I've never heard of. So it's like, yeah, they're big in our pond, the nerd pond. These are big channels. But in the YouTube ocean, even Nerdrotic and Doomcock combined, they're still small fish. Right? It's like every fish, no matter what fish you are, even if you're the great white shark, there's a fish bigger than you, right? Okay, you say, well, whales aren't fish. I'll grant you that. But if you're a great white shark and a pack of killer whales come at you, you're effed. You're boned. But from the tiniest little, shrimp or whatever that's too small to even be seen, to little guppies and goldfish and pike to piranha and bigger and bigger and bigger. The fish just get bigger and bigger. There's always a bigger fish that you think you're a big fish in your pond, and then this bigger fish just comes in and swallows you whole without even having to chew. That's how little you are to the next bigger fish. And you have to remember that, okay, at just under 2,000 subscribers, I'm a tiny fish. And even Nerdrotic, with his 200,000 subscribers, if I'm a tiny fish, he's still not a huge fish. He's like this fish. He's like this fish. And yeah, he could eat me and I'd never know it. I'd never know I was eaten until my body started dissolving. But, you get a million YouTube channel comes around and they can just eat Nerdrotic. And then you get a 5 million YouTube channel come around and they just be like, gone. What million YouTube channel? It's gone. It's all me now. And up and up and up till you get to the hundreds of millions of subscribers. In other words, you never reach the top. You never reach the top, and when you do, then YouTube just shuts you down. JP says the blue tip is better than a purple tip. Epic Beard says Bird is sniffing foam. Confirmed. I do. I love the smell. When this was new, this is good stuff. I mean, it's over a year old. It's almost a year and a half old, but I love the smell of foam. It's almost as good as carpet. Joe Lau says, yo, Sci-Fi Nation's been a while. Yeah, Sci-Fi Nation. Although I've seen Sci-Fi Nation. It's been a while since you've been here. I'm glad you're up enough and okay enough to be here, Sci-Fi Nation. Springtime just got a lot of work. No fun at all. I'm sorry to hear that, Springtime. Joe Lau says, hail chat, hail bird of prey, mama prey, sissel prey, baby oh prey, and sassy. Thank you, guys. Respect. We spoke to Sissel Prey just a few minutes before I came on today. She's doing well. And the baby au prey is kicking. Number 1 sci-fi bird of prey, Burnham is kissing Burnham and screwing Laurel. Burnham is kissing Burnham? I don't remember that part. Joe Lau's bird, no notification. Damn it, Miss Jessie. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe Lau. Try unsubscribing and resubscribing and double checking that the bell is clicked. That's the only thing I can really think of. JP says, so it's bi and omnidirectional. Yes, bi-directional. It's unidirectional, bidirectional, and omnidirectional. At least. JP, yes. Ash. Okay, yeah. Kissing Ash. That's Burnham is kissing Ash and screwing Laurel. Gotcha. Actor says, so why is that Mike picks up Sassy better than Bird? Chris, Sassy is that loud. Sassy is that loud. Moira says, I'm not impressed by how many people... I am impressed by how many people are here right now because I don't think this many people know I exist. Well, they do now. Moira herself has a channel, guys, so please make sure you subscribe to Moira. And Moira, I'm making you a moderator so you can go ahead and put in your channel link. And you know what? Let me go ahead and Piano Dean, you're a moderator. People put in your channel link. And Star Trek Nitpickers, if you're still here, you're now a moderator. Please go ahead and put in your channel links because apparently YouTube isn't letting people click on the dots anymore to go to your channels. So go ahead if you guys want. Please put in your links. All very good YouTubers, and you guys should check them out. JP says, Moira, I have some auto work I need done on my car. Moira says, JP's bring your car to Oklahoma. Moira says, hey, Joe. Hello, Moira. Or is that a different Joe? Moira says, prime time used to be around 7, I thought. I think it moved up a little. I don't know. That's a long drive. Captain Kitty is awesome, says number 1 sci-fi. Moira says, not going to lie, I forgot it was Friday. You know, it's easy to do these days. It's easy to do. Yeah, don't listen to Thomas Potts. You'll never know what day it is. Joe Lau says, this is one of the best channels, Bird of Prey, no doubt. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rock Solid says, size of community is not an indication of quality of a community. That is true, Rock Solid. Moira says, yeah, Canada would be quite a drive. Joe Lau says, yo to Yosef. Yosef says, Moira, StreamYard has even disclaimer these days that the services can suck. JP tells Moira he enjoys the videos they did. Indy Tiger says, Moira, if you find yourself in Tyler, Texas, you should visit my nephew's brewery in Truvine. Very cool. Moira says, I mean, they do a nice job, and I just don't understand how some of these channels get as big as they do. Like, I've watched some of them, but I don't understand that much following. Some people just get lucky, I think. Some people have a voice or a face or something that makes people want to listen, want to, you know, tune in, pay attention and tune in. And I'll be honest, there are some YouTubers that big and small, that the moment they start talking, they have like my undivided attention. And there are others that I listen to in the background while I'm doing other stuff, more than pay full attention to. But when you get somebody that just commands your attention, you know, they're going to grow. Rambling says, Moira, how are ya? Piaudine says, PewDiePie is the megalodon of YouTube. I guess, although, to be honest, YouTube doesn't like PewDiePie that much. So that's the thing. No matter how big you are, YouTube is the ultimate biggest, right? YouTube is like God. YouTube can strike you down. No matter how big and how powerful you get, YouTube is like Zeus. And just like, oh yeah, you think you're big shit? Boom, lightning bolt, and your head explodes. Yep, you're done. And all the little fish come crawling back out of your corpse. All the fish come crawling. Well, fish don't crawl. Cinnabon says, why fish eats the killer whale? What fish eats the killer whale? Man. Most dangerous animal of all. Moira is doing okay, rambling. Wesley says, someone in chat tell me, are they dear? Yes, they're going to be Dear Bops, Wes. They haven't started yet. We're got a few minutes before Dear Bops. Abix says, bird is being fishy, confirmed. Joseph says, Joe, do you have some winning lottery numbers from the future? Moira thanks JP. Sci-Fi says, bird of prey, I'm just a minnow. Yes, little minnows. The minnow would be lost. It's a different minnow. Captain Track says, greetings, Captain Track. Epic Beard says, Dear Bop should be today. Yes, we're going to do Dear Bops. Wesley says, watching bird with no value is weird. With no volume, maybe, you mean? Thomas says, we lost bird to fish. Joe Lau put out some lottery numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. Those are just odd numbers, Joe Lau. JP's is bird of prey rant warning off the rails. Yosef says those are some odd numbers. That's funny. Wesley says, well, I'm saving this for my lunch break. Hi, Dan. Hello, Dan. 23. Joseph says, exactly for comedic moments, you are the best channel. Hashtag foam, hashtag carpet. JP says, try turning it off and on again. Epic says, Bird asked us to unsub. I asked you to unsub and resub if you're not getting notifications. Joe Lau says, Frank and Freddy directional. Joseph says, Burnham is kissing ass. Moira says, hugs, bird of prey. You're welcome, Moira. You're very welcome. Just so people know, I am kind of getting depending on what interests you. I'm interested in current events and the occasional car project. Very cool. Daniel's Hot Topics. Qapla, Daniel's Hot Topics. Says, bird of prey. Hello, bird. What's up? Not much, Daniel. A little bit of a toothache. Otherwise, we're going to talk some Deep Space Nine in a couple minutes. And then we're going to get some Dear Bops. Joseph says, you get a wrench, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench. Yeah, it's one of those days. Cinnabon Bunny says, I've been watching Moira go on secret recon missions. Dr. Scotty says, bird of prey, Qapla, Dr. Scotty. Passed on watching the Trolls World Tour movie in order to watch your stream. You guys are much more entertaining. Thank you so much, Dr. Scotty. Good to see you here. Relatively new comer to the channel, or at least a relatively new person to just talk in the channel. I think you only started last week or so, but good to have you here. Moira hugs Joe and Cinnabon at separate times, I hope. Epic Beard says some people have boobs, that's why they get larger followings. Yeah, but that doesn't answer Nerdrotic and Doomcock. Mike Richards says there's only one God, Emperor of Kuroga. Roxanne says, so do I get your undivided attention? No. I do listen, Rock Solid, but you don't get my undivided attention. I'm sorry. Moira says on some of those bigger channels, I occasionally checked random people in chat's accounts. They look very little active. So I don't understand what I'm saying. I see. Well, the vast majority of people that listen to live streams are not themselves active YouTubers. Like Yosef, we love Yosef. Yosef's been coming around forever. Yosef puts out no content of his own. So if you checked his channel, you probably wouldn't see much. But it doesn't mean that Yosef isn't a great, person to have in your chat. And he joins us on live streams all the time. JP's is bird of prey, and some YouTubers are like watching a train wreck. Yes, I get it. Sci-Fi Nation says I'm in the background channel that bird of prey listens to. A lot of people are in the background channel. It's true, but some I listen to more than others. Moira says I don't get PewDiePie. I watched one PewDiePie video. The one... Was there noise outside? I watched one PewDiePie video. Is there somebody in the driveway next door? was the one where he got in trouble with YouTube for going into that forest in Japan. I don't get it. I don't get what people saw about it. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to just read the @BirdoPray5's chat. So if you want me to read your chat, please make sure you put @BirdoPray5 so we can get a little further down. And if I missed your chat, please repeat it with @BirdoPray5 and I'll read it. Thomas is Bird of Prey. The best lottery numbers are 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42, which are, of course, the numbers from Lost. I don't know if I would play with those numbers. Number 1 sci-fi is Bird of Prey. Can you stop so that I can get back to watching Discovery? I need more Burnham. Number 1, you need to call an ambulance is what you need to do. Dan 23, Bird of Prey, Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series. Very cool, Dan. I'd say, it's really hard to rank. It's really hard to rank a Star Trek above the original series, in my opinion. But I also think the original series needs to be considered kind of cut out on its own because it was the original. And it's not fair to compare it to all the others. So of all the others, I would say Deep Space Nine is easily my favorite. Actress's Doomcock upper part of his helmet is suggestively conical. Dr. Daniel's Hot Topic says hello to Captain Trek. Rock Solid says, you son of a bitch, Bird of Prey, unsubscribing. I'm sorry, Rock Solid. I'm being honest. Piano Deans is Bird of Prey. Weren't Nerdrotic and Doomcock much smaller than Anti-Trek a couple of years? Yes! Nerdrotic and Doomcock both started out much smaller than Anti-Tracker was at the time, but then they kept growing and growing and growing, and Anti-Tracker was barely moving for it was like a year where Anti-Tracker barely grew, and they were growing by leaps and bounds. It's just the way sometimes people get lucky. I don't know. I think they had the right message at the right time. And I do think that Anti-Tracker's name and his avatar hurt him. But at this point, I don't think he should change either. It's been too long. Piano Deans is Bird of Prey. Yes. Thomas is Joseph. Bird of Prey just called you old. Did I say it? I don't think I said he was old. Epic Beard says, remember Bird of Prey for the rest of the stream. Cinnabread, Bird of Prey, you didn't miss any of my chats. Thank you. Number 1 says Bird of Prey lost in a way. Imagine that. Thomas is Bird of Prey. But if you use the magic number, you become leader of a magic island. That is true. But a lot of weird stuff happens. Okay. So let me talk to you about my Dax theory. Who found the wormhole? Dax. Sisko ordered her to look for something, but Dax found the wormhole. Who got killed by the Pa-Wraith? Dax. Jadzia Dax. Who was reborn and then found the orb of the Emissary? Ezri Dax, right? Ezri Dax, Dax symbiont, was there for the discovery of the wormhole, the death of Jadzia by the Pa-Wraith, and then the discovery of the orb of the Emissary on that sand planet. Now, Sisko did the digging, but it was Ezri that convinced him to go forward and continue digging. Okay? He was going to give up. He was burying it again. Ezri got him through and got him to dig it out and open it. So it has literally been the Dax bloodline that has caused all these things. Dax found this. Also, Dax was the one doing the translation when they found this thing and that thing that they had to go to the fire caves or something to get. That big rock. It was Dax. Now, Sisko would tell Dax to do it, but the credit for all these things really goes to Dax. So I say Dax is the real emissary of the Bajoran people, and Sisko just got the credit for it. He's not the real emissary. Now I know you can say, but Sisko actually met with the wormhole aliens and they called him their emissary. But I would suggest the wormhole aliens were merely wrong and it should have been Dax the entire time. What do you guys think? Josh reads says Doomcock has the right words a lot of people wanted to hear. Was the Bash the Last Jedi? Sci-Fi says Anti-Trigger should have more numbers as much as he has clips of you swinging and doing it. Yeah. Well, maybe that's hurting him too. Dan DeWitty's Bird of Prey, changing your YouTube username or web address can be annoying as yes. Unfortunately, you can change your YouTube username, but it doesn't change your YouTube web address. So like some people who have new usernames, if you go to their YouTube channel name, it shows a completely different name, like Piano Dean. Piano Dean's YouTube channel name is something completely different than Piano Dean because he made it many, many years ago before he was called Piano Dean. Now, lucky for me, I have always used the Bird of Prey 5 name, as I've told you guys many times, going back to the 1980s on Q-Link, which was the predecessor of AOL. I was Bird of Prey 5. I've been Bird of Prey 5 on everything online for over 30 years. So even though I made this YouTube channel back in 2008 or something, or before even, I still had, it was still Bird of Prey 5. So for my luck, I still have the right URL for my channel. Resolute says Bird of Prey, Dax wasn't the emissary, she was Messiah support. Joe allows Bird of Prey, they're about 2 decades behind with Dax theory. Dear Bop, Dear Bop, Dear Bop. Okay. Carlos says Bird of Prey, there was a Bajoran that first, that was the first in the wormhole and should have been the emissary, but the alien said Sisko. Yeah, I remember that one. The false emissary, he wanted to go back to the way things were. Go back to the case system, and Kira was going to have to be an artist, and yeah, no, he was a false prophet. I think though, if Dax had gone with Sisko into the wormhole, they would have said, "No, you're not the emissary. He's not the emissary. She's the emissary." But I think Sisko was the only one they could get. It was easier. Rock says the Bird of Prey Jadzia is a goddess, confirmed. Mr. Captain. Hello, Mr. Captain. Qapla, good to see you. It's been a while. There is only one Bird of Prey 5. Thank you, Mr. Captain. John's reading Bird of Prey. Don't forget, it was Dax who got Sisko to stay in Starfleet when he wanted to marry Jennifer and she wanted him to leave. Yes! Yes, another good catch. Sci-Fi named Bird of Prey, nice theory, but the wormhole aliens actually Sisko's parents, so to speak. They inhabited his mom when she got knocked up with him. How do we know they didn't inhabit lots of women? Maybe the prophets, just for good times, go out and inhabit human women just to get them knocked up. We don't know that just because Sisko's mother was knocked up while possessed doesn't mean that not everybody's mother could have been knocked up while possessed. That for all we know, all human women get that way before they marry someone. It could just be the way it works. Piano Dean is Bird of Prey. Yeah, I hate to think that's not Piano Dean. I'm probably small enough just to scrap my channel and start fresh. You know, it's your call, Piano Dean. I mean, there are so many people out there that have this happen to them. I really wouldn't worry about it. It's not that you have anything embarrassing. You're not like Pole Smoker 69 or something. So I really wouldn't worry about it. But if you wanted to start fresh, you could. I mean, certainly you let us know and we'll resubscribe to whatever you want. But anyway. Dan says, Bird of Prey, Deep Space Nine episode explores Sisko, says Ducat. If you recall, you thought the Celestial Temple was a Bajoran fairy tale until we discovered the wormhole. DS9 episode Explorers. Sisko, says Ducat. If you recall, you thought the Celestial Temple was a Bajoran fairy tale until we discovered the wormhole. Yeah. Cinnabon says in the first episode, the prophets kick her out and turn Dax into an orb and send her back to DS9. They turned her into an orb. The orb is like the most precious thing to the Bajorans. If Kira saw an orb turned into a person, like, she should have been down on her knees worshipping Dax. Like, you sent us back Dax as an orb, holy shit. It would be like somebody gets sent back to, and we all see it happen, and they look like Jesus, and then they blink and they turn into whoever they really are. And we're like, holy shit, you're the return of Jesus Christ. That's what we would be like. And that's what Kira saw. And then Kira doesn't even for a second think Dax is the true emissary. Sci-Fi says only Bird of Prey would think of a name, Pole Smoker 69 off the top of his head like that. Joseph's and Bird of Prey track yards have a funny name. King Stalker 66. Wow. Interesting. See, that one I would have changed. Number one sci-fi, I think Michael Burnham is emissary of everything. That could be true. An actor would like to introduce Dax to his mystical orbs. Wouldn't we all? Howdy, Vile Mike Qapla. Guys, we're going to do Dear Bop in a minute and a half, possibly. Oh, you know what? We're going to play the Krogan National Anthem, and by the time it's over, we're going to be doing Dear Bop. I promise. We'll be right back.
Oh, hail, great Kuroka, the land of Georgia. Hail, mighty leader, the great Lord of grace. We give the families of fountain this valley. We found all your orphans and took them away. We give our orphans hope and care. Try to deny it if you dare. We give them shelter that's close to the mind. Mighty leader, that's the greatest need. Peace the answer to Kuroka's need. Sweeter than sugar and fresher than pines. We love building bridges through valleys and ridges. We bow at the feet of our great for their grace. Oh, hail Kuroka, the land of Georgia. Our wheelchairs are fast and our beds fall into. We learn to drive around in trees. We love the way it cools and beats. Going real fast makes us see our roots.
Aroo!
Oh, hail our mighty Lord and King, great ruler over everything. Oh, hail Kuroka, the Lord will reign.
Thank you, Aberjam. And sorry about that, guys. I just needed a quick Jaloja break, as I'm sure you knew. Unfortunately, we lost 7 people. 7 people watching during that. That's okay. I had to pause it and do something. Carlo says, Bird of Prey, maybe Sisko was going through PTSD and the aliens never existed. Dax was put into an orb and sent back. Was just a natural effect. The Dominion just sent too many ships at once and disappeared. I mean, I guess some of those are possibilities, but I don't know that I like any of them. Sci-Fi Bird of Prey, my puppy dog just came running out here as soon as the song came on. A loyal Kurogan canine. Good. Salute to your puppy. Number 1 is Bird of Prey. Quark used an orb to make the Grand Nagus normal again. Did he? Yeah, I think he did something. Something he did with an orb. Okay, so to Dear Bops it is. And I will stay on camera in the bottom corner so you can see my reactions to Dear Bops, if there are any. Rambling Canuck asked Sci-Fi Nation if he got his message on Twitter. Sci-Fi, if you're watching, check your Twitter. Okay, Dear Bops, where are they? Nope, those are Kurogan telegrams. That is Dax kissing. That's the scene from Rejoined. Here we are. Dear Bops. 16. Jesus Christ. Okay. Dear Bop, I notice you continue to ignore my CBD messages. I heard on a recent stream you're also scared of cannabis in general. According to our records, you have ordered some unusual products from us in the past. We thought you might also be interested in CBD due to it can help you heal from the other products you've ordered from us. My question is, what the hell do you need with so many fingernail, and toenail removers? Oh, and remember to use lubrication with the other items you ordered. We don't want to have accidents. President of Sales, I am not the anti-tracker. Fake news. Okay. I don't give my Dear Bop email address when I order unusual products. Dear Bop, Emperor Zoltar here. A few days ago I took your suggestion and ordered Whack an Orphan from Birdco. I gave it to Empress Trixie as a peace offering, and my head still hurts. My mother warned me about your treacherous earthlings. All angrily yours, Zoltar. Zoltar, you shouldn't have placed your head close enough that Empress Trixie could have used it to play. See, it's Whack an Orphan, not Whack a Zoltar. You can't blame me because she used it incorrectly. You know how women can be. They have quite the temper sometimes. You should have known whether it was safe or not to give that gift. And if you ended up getting hurt by it, I am sorry, but no refunds. Whack an Orphan is not returnable. Plus, I mean, if you didn't whack the orphan, you could probably still use the orphan, for labor or food or something. That's your choice. I don't ask questions. I mean, they were bred to be whacked. They don't have to be. Dear Bop, what's taking place? I am new to this. I stumbled upon this, and I found it positively useful, and it has aided me out loads. I was hoping to contribute and assist different users like it helped me. Good job. OB credit card PAG IG loan calculator. OB credit card PAG IG loan calculator. It reads like it's spam, but I don't understand. Shronmore says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mount Prey, fellow nerds. Greetings, Shronmore. And number 1 sci-fi Bird of Prey, do you not remember the episode where the Grand Nagus changed the rules of acquisition? Yes, I remember the episode. That's right. Quark spoke with the prophets. Make him like he was again. Right, because the prophets changed him. Well, to be honest, the prophets changed him the first time. So then they changed him back. It was the prophet's fault that he had changed. And Shomor says, in greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Aroo! Thank you, Shomor. Greetings from Carolina. I'm bored to death at work, So I decried to check out your website on my iPhone during a lunch break. Okay, this is spam. I love the info you present here and can't wait to take a look when I get home. I'm amazed at how quick your blog loaded on my mobile. I'm not even using Wi-Fi, just 3G. Anyhow, awesome blog. Rustlove.com, infdatingservice.html, Russian dating site, spam. I am so tempted to click on this, but I really don't want my computer to get a virus. I'm kind of curious as to what is out there on Russian dating sites. Dear Bop, I have a question that an engineer should be able to answer. If I pour root beer into a square glass, do I get a beer? 205. If I pour root beer into a square glass, because if you square root, the square is an inverse of a root, so the square cancels out the root. Yes, you would just get beer. But it has to be perfectly square, 205, aka Joseph. If it's even a micromillimeter off, a micron off, it won't work. So that's the only catch. Vile Mike says, I'm sure you can get an Asian Muslim wife, bird of prey. I don't know. I'm not sure I could. Dear Bob, Joe Biden here. I regret to announce I am dropping out of the presidential race. I haven't done well against Sanders. This will be the last message from me. Goodbye. Oh, Joe Biden. No, not you too. It seems Joe Biden has officially dropped out of the race. I don't know what this means for the country. Probably not much different than it would have been. Dear Bob, Joe Biden here. Should I run for president of Quebec? Yes. Yes, you would probably get big support in Quebec, Joe Biden. You should head over there immediately. Post haste. Double clicked on the wrong one. Dan23 says impersonating someone in an email illegal. Not in Karoga. And Gary says, so earlier today I hit 9,000 subscribers on the channel. Very cool. While I know that not many who sub to you also sub to me, to those who are listening right now, I just wanted to say thank you very much. I know I speak for Joe here when I say you are all the reason why we do this. You add so much to our daily lives and mean a lot to us, and we continue to put out content. Without you, the audience and subscribers, we'd just be talking to ourselves. Thank you so much for what you give us in return. You're all awesome, and don't forget to donate to the Piano Man. He means Piano Dean. Anyone else think Monday stream should start with a Piano Man and end with closing time? Gary. That is Gary from Rock Solid Productions, people. If you don't know, if you're not already subscribed to Rock Solid Productions, please subscribe to Rock Solid. He does great classic retro gaming content. Maybe some newer gaming stuff too from time to time. He does some fun live streams where they play like Jack in the Box and Use Your Word games as well. Rock Solid, if you're still here, please put your link in the chat if you'd be so kind, since we can't get links right now after clicking the 3 dots. And congratulations, Rock Solid, on hitting 9,000. We do have to get you up past Anti-Tracker. That will be a personal mission. Dear Bop, the blue tip is the blue tip better than blue balls? No. The blue tip is a problem. A blue tip, you got to go to the hospital. Blue balls, you can walk off. It's not the end of the world. The blue tip might be. Dear Bop, please help. The tip has now gone purple. Do you think the grip is too tight? Yes. The grip is too tight. I'd say once you've entered blue territory, you should have already been on your way to a hospital. Even in these uncertain times, I'm sure they would take you in the emergency room. What is Sassy barking at? Oh, delivery. Okay, I got the camera off. You can go. Okay, it's okay. Mama Prey has to... Your camera's off. Camera's off. Mama Prey has to get gloves so she can get a delivery. So, for a couple of minutes... let me take off the Mama Prey screensaver, or a Mama Prey photo. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can go. You can go. Yeah, the grip is definitely too tight. Okay, let's move on. Dear Bop, why you Americans call Saturday and Sunday the weekend when you consider Sunday the first day of the week? Is it not weird? Why do you write month first and day and finally year? Big, small, biggest. Why is the abbreviation for ounce a Z? 205. P.S. 1/8 is simply 3 millimeters. Well, the abbreviation for ounce is OZ. OZ, not just Z. But I understand that there's no Z in ounce. That's a good question. I never thought about why is ounce pronounced abbreviated OZ. As for the date, month, date, year, April 5th, 2000. Yeah, April 10th, 2020. I guess it's just custom. To be honest, it's just better. It doesn't have to be logical. We're not Vulcans, right? We're emotional beings. So if it makes us feel better to put the month first, damn it, we're going to put the month first. As for the weekend, so it's the it's the ends of the week, the front end and the end end. Like if you have a piece of string, like if you have a piece of string and it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the ends of the string are Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. So those are the ends. So they're the week ends. That one I understand. The other two, you make good points, but I would simply say, which metric country has been to the moon? No. Not yet. Not yet. We did it first. Number one says, Bird of Prey, did you say you got a special delivery? No, I would believe it was a Amazon delivery that we were expecting. I'm sorry about Sassy getting so excited. It was our new carbon monoxide detector, because our old one started beeping after 10 years that it had run its life. So we needed a new carbon monoxide detector. Number one is Bird of Prey. The abbreviation of ounce came from the Congate Italian word onza. Onza. Yeah, very cool. Okay, thank you, number one. And Dan23 says the date is 10/4/20. No, it's 4/10/20 here in the United States. Sci-Fi Nation Bird of Prey. Why is the abbreviation for pounds LB? Military uses the date, month, year to write dates. I guess LB is probably like a Latin term, like rubus or something. Probably meant pounds. Joe Louse is front end and back end. Yes. Josh Reed Bird of Prey, didn't you say it was 16 when you started with Dear Bop? It was 16, and people kept adding to it. You see, as I do Dear Bops, more Dear Bops come in. Number one sci-fi Bird of Prey, LB is an abbreviation for the Latin word Libra. There it is, Libra. There we go. I knew Latin was figuring into it somewhere. Dear Bop, the butcher here, please send dead meats for me to smell. Alexander. Alexander, I don't have any dead meat you can smell. I apologize. I'm not a meat dealer, as much as people might think I am. I'm not a meat dealer. Sci-Fi Nation says the horoscope. I don't get the question. Piano Dean says Bird of Prey. Always been curious as to what's your personal favorite 007 movie. Mine is Moonraker. Good question. Honestly, it's for me. It's GoldenEye. It might be cheap. Might be a cheap out, but that I guess it was one of the first ones I saw in the theater. I think. Did I see it in the theater? I don't remember. I would say GoldenEye. I did not like these most recent ones. Whatever the hell his name is, who's playing the most recent Bond, he's not my favorite. It was the guy before him. Goldfinger. No, Goldfinger, that was Austin Powers. Joseph says carbon monoxide detectors are radioactive. I know they are. Sci-Fi Bird of Prey, my basement is blooded. Also Bird of Prey, I'm not a butcher. JP's is invincible. Having beers, Bird of Prey, listen to Joseph knows all things that kill, like microwaves and carbohydrates. And Sci-Fi says Libra is one of the astro... Oh, yes, Libra. But I don't think that's what I said. Libra. Number 1 says Gold member was Austin Powers. Yes, Gold member was Austin Powers. It's gold. I lost it in a smelting accident. I love gold. Goldfinger was a James Bond movie with Pussy Galore. Wasn't there a Golden Eye? Wasn't that a James Bond movie? I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm gonna be honest. I watch most Bond movies, but I don't put them high up. They don't stand out to me as epic cinema. They're good. They're good movies, but I don't put any special place in my heart for Bond movies. Sci-Fi's Moonraker. Octopussy was a great Bond title, says number 1. Fox Eyes Bird of Prey, there was a Pierce Brosnan. Yes, Pierce Brosnan, GoldenEye. One of the best N64. Yes, Pierce Brosnan. He's my Bond. He's my Bond. He was the one that was there when I first started really watching Bond movies. So I know, Sean Connery, many people think is the quintessential Bond, but for me, it was Pierce Brosnan. Dear Bop, so my 6-year-old was in my wife and I's bedroom today, FaceTiming with my mother-in-law. While I walked in and heard vibrating noises and saw that she was holding our purple vibrator in her hands, with it vibrating nonchalantly, chatting with my mother-in-law. My mother-in-laws are missionaries and are very conservative and prudish. Anyways, I walked to the side of the computer so I wouldn't be in view and told my daughter to hand me the vibrator, but she wouldn't. So I had to wrestle it from her. Oh my effing God. I about died. This was quite funny and embarrassing situation. Please help. You should have just let it be. You should have just let it be. If they didn't ask any questions, you should have just let it be, let the call end, and then take it from your daughter without her noticing. She would have put it down eventually, and then you hide it. You don't just leave it in a drawer somewhere where she can get it. You put it high and out of the reach of children, and you won't have that problem. This is a rookie mistake. I mean, how is this your first kid or something? You can't just leave these things laying around. Anything a kid can reach, they will get to. Okay, you could have it behind a painting or behind a desk chair in a drawer with a fake drawer behind it and a fake bottom under that, and they will still find it. If they can physically reach it, they will get it. You've got to put it up high and somewhere they can't bring a ladder. So that's all you gotta do. And unfortunately, for you, that I gotta say that's on you. As for your conservative mother-in-law, she will likely never talk of it. So don't worry about it. Number one sci-fi says Sean Connery is the definitive Bond. Sci-fi says should have said 20-inch vibrator. Bird of Prey knows about 20-inch toys. Shrowmore is looking at me like I was looking at the camera. Octopussy sounds like a birth defect. Wow. Rock Sods is Bird of Prey. What's a draw? How do you put something behind a draw? A draw in a set of drawers. What's that thing? A desk or what's the thing in the bedroom? A dresser, like a dresser drawer. I know what he's doing. He thinks I can't say draw. Or I'm saying the wrong draw. And they're lolling draw. Draw. How else do you pronounce draw but draw? Drawer. No, it's not drawer. I'm sure it's not drawer. John DeMarco says, someone sci-fi says drawer. John DeMarco says you put something behind a drawer like a supernova. Dresser drawer. You mean drawer. You pronounced it properly. Drawer. Mets or Yankees? I'm a Yankees fan, Mr. Captain. As a kid, I was a Mets fan. But in college, I saw the light. I became a Yankees fan. Deanna 23 is Bird of Prey, the actress who played Pussy Galore, died recently at age 94. Yes, I'm aware. In fact, I announced it a couple of times. Yeah, unfortunately, she passed. Although she was 94, so she had an amazing career. Joe Lau says Americans can't speak proper English. Don't blame me for Americans. I'm not all Americans. Dear Bop, MFK, Yates, Bree, Burnham. Killing Burnham, marrying Bree, and effing Yates. Yeah, I could do that. I could live with that. That's not really a Dear Bop question, though. Okay, so we got a well-formatted question here. Dear Bop, God is walking through the Garden of Eden one morning when he sees Adam sitting by himself, grinning from ear to ear. God says to Adam, "You're looking very happy this morning. Has something good happened?" "Oh, yes," Adam replies. "This morning I found out why I have a penis and why Eve has a vagina. It was awesome. We're going to call it sex." God is shocked. "Adam, what you have done is a sin. You and Eve must both be punished." He looks around. Where is Eve anyway? Adam replies, "Well, she enjoyed it so much, she wants to do it again. She's down by the river washing her vagina." "Oh, great," God replies. "Now on top of everything, all the fish will smell funny too." Oh, for fuck's sake. This is not a Dear Bop question. There's no question. This is just a joke. An inappropriate Dear Bop joke, I might add. But I'll give it. Okay, you got a little bit of a laugh from me. Did I get it? There's a little fly. I don't know if it's in my hand. No. I didn't get it. Oh well. I can't. Dear Bop, where did Princess Leia contract coronavirus? Because she went to Wuhan. Da-dum-dum-dum. Resolute's bird of prey is a Yankee fan, confirmed evil. Joseph's is dead pussy. I just hope Alexander won't do what he's been recently doing. JP says, I got you, bird. Thank you, JP's. JP says, Mattingly was a god. And number one sci-fi bird of prey, now say Mario, not Mario. Okay, I know how to say Mario, but I'm also telling you Mario is simply wrong. It is Mario. That is the correct pronunciation, even if Nintendo doesn't agree. Dear boss, we need help at the uranium mine, number 42. The miners somehow got their hands on some weapons. We need backup fast. Signed, uranium mine guard number 420. We don't have 420 uranium guards. They basically don't need guards. By weapons, you probably mean pickaxes, which are they're tools of the trade. Just go back to work. Everything's fine. Say potato and potato. Joseph says you. Alexander says, Dear Bop, I started work in a grocery as a butcher. I am forced to admit I didn't remember how raw meat from dead animals smells so good. There is something exciting to smell, how the perfume of flesh when I cut it in pieces was a living being. Do you think it's normal, Alexander? No, Alexander, I don't think it's normal, but I'm not surprised, not in the least bit. And I'm glad you finally found something you have a true passion for. Best of luck. Actor says maybe he's miner 0 of mine 42. Sci-Fi says 420 is actually number 42 after smoking some weed. Well, weed is illegal in Karoga, so that wouldn't be happening. Dear Bob, I'm worried about my friend. He has recently been watching STD, has become obsessed with Burnham. Should I have him admitted to a psychic ward, or will he come to his senses on his own? Well, you should have him to a psychiatric ward for sure. I think he's beyond the capacity to coming out of this on his own. He clearly needs outside intervention. So yeah, if you know where he lives, you should call it's a code. If you call any psychiatric hospital and tell them you have a code 313, that is somebody who thinks Star Trek Discovery is good, and they will come and they will take that person away and give that person lots of good drugs and I don't want to say re-educate, but correct the person's behavior until they realize that STD is an awful, awful show. Only Joseph is allowed to like it. Dear Bob, and it's because he's far from the United States. Dear Bob, I've been asked by my boss about all empty packages marked live on them. I need you to stop now sending the packages marked live to me. Signed, Butcher in Quebec. I see. So this is why you are specifying it has to be dead meat. Number 1 sci-fi bird of prey Discovery is awesome, and Burnham is the bestest Trek character ever. He's getting worse and worse, guys. Carlos is bird of prey. What do you mean weed is illegal? Does this mean I have to move to Kurdistan? Or can I still smoke it like I do in the UK? Oh, gonna have to move to Kurdistan. If you want the weed, you have to move to Kurdistan. Sci-fi bird of prey, you might want to legalize it. Think about it. It'll keep the children in the mines happy, motivated, and will stop revolts in its tracks. They're going to be happy and motivated without it, Sci-Fi Nation. We can have like a district where it's legal, but it's going to be far from me. Nothing was racist, Joseph. Nothing was racist. Dear Bop, does the Kurdistan army get the runs? All the time. Mostly from bad sewage practices, also from bad hygiene, and finally from bad food. But all the time. In fact, that's how Kurdistan really got its name. You should ask Anti-Tracker to tell you the true story of how Kurdistan got its name. And don't give him any crap about Joshua picking, him wanting a poop emoji and Joshua making it look like it. No. Kurdistan got its name because its army had the runs while they were running from Karoga, trying to retreat. A lot of dirty people on that battlefield that day. Carlos's bird of prey, hail Kurdistan, down with Karoga, puff puff fast. Listen, Carlos, if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. Agnes bird of prey, who's managing the drug trade inside Karoga? There's no drug trade. There's any drug, legal drug, pharmaceutical drug is available for purchase at a pharmacy. No prescription needed. Now, we strongly suggest you get doctor's advice on how to use the drug, but they're there. You can purchase it with or without a prescription. If you don't want a doctor, it's your call. You can be your own doctor in Karoga. Dear boss, we have a big problem with orphan miners are rebelling across Karoga. There is no problem. There is no rebellion. Stop with the fake news. Dear boss, these orphans are attacking, yelling, free the songwriter we have in the hole. Send help soon or the world will find out we have AJ in Karoga. We don't have Abraham in Karoga. There is no orphans running around. This is all bullshit. Fake news. Dear Bob, should we wipe front to back or back to front? Front to back. Yeah, front to back. If you want to do one front to back and then two more back, so if you want to do one back to front, but then need to do at least twice as many front to backs as back to fronts. Sometimes you got to go both ways. I get it, but you always want to end on a back to front, on a front to back, and you always want to do at least twice as much front to backs as back to fronts. Dear Bob, I'm afraid my new wife might be Asian-born Muslim. What should I do? Not Alexander. Ask her. Ask her if she was born in the USSR. And if she fits all those things, she might be Alexander's wife. So you might want to try to get her to Quebec. I am sure Alexander would be very happy, and he could probably get you a lot of free meat to make up for the loss of your wife. Number one is leaving the chat now, going back to watching Discovery, which is way better than this train wreck. Now, see, number one is number one. We will get to you, man. We will send the paramedics or the psych ward or whoever we need to send. Mamo Pray is loose filling, lost filling, and loose cap repair kit. Mamo Pray had one, little CVS brand. So she had this somewhere. When did you get it? A long time ago. It's been sitting somewhere. Looks like a tooth in there. There's no directions on how it works. It feels like a piece of clay. I don't know. It might not work. Yeah, better order a new one. Thank you, Mama Pray. Do you want to do your story in a minute? Or two? Yeah, it's a short story. It'd be like 1 more minute. Dear Bop, you draw Mario Supernova Asia. You draw Mario Supernova Asia. These are all the words you think I can't pronounce. I get it. And again from Gary. So someone asked what I was after my last email. A genuine expression of thanks and gratitude is the fact that I keep being besmirched by the evil poop. But I am honestly kind, helpful, generous, helpful, and appreciative. I am not the dick that I've been painted as, rock solid, and soft putty can go to hell. This is true. Rock solid is the real thing, guys. And the soft putty person is obviously a fake rock solid. So rock solid is a good dude. So let's all give a hand to Rock Solid. And again, Rock Solid, if you haven't already, please put your link into the chat so people can find your channel. Number 1 is going, okay. Thomas's Bird, have you watched all of Space Engineer's stream? FYI, you run away in all of them. I generally don't rewatch Space Engineer streams. Carlos Bird of Prey, I'll quit smoking. Hail Karoga. P.S. Anyone needing some basil, I'll meet you in the back of the mines after the stream. Very cool. Good to have you back, Carlo, and I can't wait to try some of your basil. Sci-Fi Nation Bird of Prey wipes front back to front. Son of a bitch. JP's Bird of Prey, wow, is there anything Mama Prey doesn't have? It's hard, although she didn't have the Oragel, 3 or 4 weeks ago. We got plenty now. Carlos says, I smoke to keep my hopeful, especially now that I'm allowed to see my son after, I smoke to keep me hopeful, especially now I'm not allowed to see my son for another 12 weeks. Bird of Prey, please don't think of me differently for what I smoke. I'm a good person, I think. I'm not Hail Karoga. I don't think less of people who smoke. It's not me. And I just feel like, I don't know. I just think there's probably something better that could be being done. I don't mind people who smoke. I just don't want to encourage more people to smoke who aren't already smoking. That's my issue. John DeMarcos with Bird of Prey. Don't mar the stream by pronouncing Mario wrongly. And yes, 12 weeks is way too long. I agree. Okay, so let's get Mamo Prey up for a quick Mamo Prey tale. Camera is off. Put up your picture. Yes. It's all yours.
It's all mine. Hi, guys. And girls, if there are any. Or whatever the appropriate gender. What's the word I'm thinking of? Anyway. Yes, whatever the appropriate greeting is. This is a short story. It was actually, it came up earlier today when Alexander, was it his stream he was on? Whatever stream. Cinnabon stream. And Alexander was speaking about his new position as a dead meat butcher. Now, I am not a vegetarian, but I don't eat much meat. I enjoy a steak, chopped meat, beef in general, and pork I'll eat. But I don't even want to touch it. I wear gloves anytime I need to touch meat. But that's another story. The point being is I never eat chicken. I have not eaten chicken since I was 13 years old. And this is why. My stepmother was working. My father came home in the afternoon, and he had a package with chicken in it. And he said, my mother wanted me to wash the chicken, get it ready, and she would cook it when she got home. So I got out a colander, I went to the sink, and I was washing off the pieces of chicken. It was cut up already. And it was not summertime. I don't remember exactly what it was, but the chicken was warm. So I turned around to my father and I said, what, did you have this package on the sun visor of the car? Because the chicken's warm. He says, no, I got it at the chicken farm. They just killed it. Well, I wound up in the bathroom, vomiting up my guts, and that's where I still was when my stepmother got home. It just did something to me. I know that animals get killed in order for us to eat. I understand this. It's just the one thing that I really don't want to think about or know about. And it's a long time later, I still won't eat chicken. And I really won't touch meat that's uncooked. And of course, when I do eat meat, it's not just well done. It's burnt.
Burned.
Oh,
You gotta always,
yeah.
if you're at a restaurant, I'm afraid to tell them not only well done, super well done, extra well done, burnt. You know, long after the chef will have thought it's a total loss, keep cooking it.
Yeah. But in any case, that was so even when I hear Alexander talk about his new profession, I told Bird, please, I don't want to hear it. Put your earphones in so I don't need to hear about it. I do know, and...
I mean, you did work in a
Oh
supermarket.
God, yes I did.
Was their slogan was a cow shaking the hand of a person, and the cow had a briefcase, and the slogan was from moo to you.
Yes.
It was direct, supposed to be like the direct.
And it wasn't a normal supermarket. It was like wholesale retail. So they did get their weekly deliveries of goats hanging on hooks, everything but, I guess, the skin on it. And yeah.
Remember the tear? What was that called? The tear?
Oh, no, the tear is the
difference
weight.
in weight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
The difference in weight from when they hung it to what was still left on it when it got to the store. Yeah, I had to learn that.
Yeah, well, you know what? I knew I wasn't eating those goats. It was different seeing them and seeing them come into the store. First of all, 99% of the time I was up in the office and really didn't have anything to do. But there was, once in a while, I found myself needing to be downstairs, and that's what I would see. But I knew I wasn't going to eat them. And I knew I didn't have to cook them. So it didn't bother me. It's just like, if Joe would become a vegetarian, I'd be fine with it. I really would. On that note, guys, go back to something more happy than my horrible meat story. I will not tell this story again.
Yeah, we already had one person had to mute it. They didn't want to hear it. JP's didn't want to hear it. John DeMarcos has confirmed Bird doesn't let Mamo Prey eat much meat.
No. Mamo Prey doesn't want to eat much meat. Bye, guys.
Take care. Thank you, Mamo Prey. Yeah. So, JPs, you can turn the audio back up. We're done talking about the story. Let me put in the chat story. I think he understands because he can see me. Story is over. It's safe to listen again. Okay. Let's look at what did I want to look at? Oh, this was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on the screen. You might have already seen this on Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, I don't think this isn't gonna go well because it's gonna be small and then even smaller. Unfortunately, I thought maybe we could see how many of the 66 movie references we can find in this picture. And I went ahead and I labeled Z through A on the left and 0 through 44 on the bottom. So obviously you can see the Back to the Future DeLorean. You don't need to know where that is, but right here is a Nightmare Before Christmas reference. So I would say this would be I don't know, H43. So I'd say H43 is Nightmare Before Christmas. Here's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It says TMNT. So that would be D28. If anybody wanted to throw in. I don't know if we could get to all 66. I think the picture is probably too small on mobile devices to really be able to tell. We got the three-breasted woman from Terminator here at E6. Yeah, there's Total Recall. V for Vendetta, yes, V is over here at about N42. Scream. Where's Scream? I see here is the hand from the Addams Family over here at H31. We got a trap from Ghostbusters over here at D35. Some of them, I mean, obviously this is a movie reference. I just don't know what it is. Especially since I'm not hard. We got Toy Story, the alien from Toy Story 3, over here at what's this? X4 up here. Bearer Ticket. I think this is from Last Action Hero. I think at U9. Star Wars, yeah, you got R2-D2 over here at L17. JP says Momo challenges in there. I don't think. Friday the 13th, S17 is Scream. S17. Okay, yeah, Scream Mask. There it is. S17, thank you. Cinnabon says Scream is above R2. Oh, right, R2 being R2-D2, not this R2, yes. Joshua says Michael. Fifth Element Taxi Cab. Where's that? That one I don't see offhand. Actor says that's Mike Myers' mask. And you should zoom in. It's too small. I can't zoom in anymore. It's already zoomed in as max as it can zoom in. What if I maximize this? No, that doesn't help. I'm already zoomed in the most I can zoom in. Indiana Jones, Forrest Gump. Yeah, but if you're not telling me where in the picture those things are, I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. I mean, I'm sure these things are in here. But anyway, what I'm going to do, guys, is I will put the picture in into the link. So if you guys want to try and find this later on your own, you can. Because I can see it's not going to work well on the stream here. But if you want to work with it, feel free to download it, free feel to share it, whatever. I think it could be fun. I think it could be fun. Cinnabon says U29 is Forrest Gump, I guess. U-R-S-T-U-29. I don't see anything here. 29. That looks like the door of the DeLorean. Actor says that's Total Recall. I called it already. Shrumlord's watching on his phone. Okay. Cinnabon says backpick. I don't know what to... maybe I can't even see it. It's possible. It's possible. But no biggie. I was just curious if this would work. We'll check in on nation states. I see I got a few telegrams. We got a telegram from Epic Beard, the Kingdom of the Epic Beard, saying death to Kuroga. Triggerland 85 says, you son of a bitch. Republic of Kurdistan, Anti-Tracker says, I can walk. What? Yeah, I know you can walk, Anti-Tracker. You can barely walk, but you can walk. We are coming for you. Wow. What an a-hole. And Triggerland just says, fight me, you coward. Yeah, so it's all nonsense. We should just delete them. Delete them all. How's Kuroga doing? Average civil rights, powerhouse economy, but few political freedoms. 2.814 billion people here in the United Federations, the Armed Republic of Kuroga. We'll do one issue. Let's look at what's the most interesting issue. Wrecked by wrestling, Say Cheese, The Great Divide, Fantastic Beasts and How Kuroga Harmed Them, or Streaker in Snooker Game Fiasco. Maybe this will make Rambling Canuck happy. Wrecked by wrestling. A little kid has accidentally broken her classmate's spine, imitating her favorite wrestler, Bulk Bogan's T-Rex tackle move. Number 1, ban wrestling, screams Tyrion Cruz. Founder of the group of people proposed to practically every... founder of the group of people opposed to practically everything. Using his sign to break her office window, my deadbeat ex took my kids to a wrestling match once, and it was the worst thing that ever happened to them. They began beating up other kids in the playground. My little girl tried to body slam a teacher. Now she wants to be called Saraya instead of Paige, which is her real name, and far more sensible. Outlaw this ritualized violence. Do it for the children. I'm the Bulk, bellows Bulk Bogan, breaking a pre-weekend 2x4 over his own forehead. You want to know what the Bulk thinks about all this? Only the Bulk can make these moves. But if you kids want to learn from these moves for real and for safe, then bring them to the Bulk Bogan Academy for little wrestlers. And number 3 says a school for wrestling. That's not what Kuroga needs, says K. Fabre, your minister of party pooping. All Kuroga needs is an awareness program teaching people that professional wrestling is in fact fake. Then everyone will just stop complaining. I think that's what we're going to go with. Everybody needs to remember it. Professional wrestling is fake. A common response to government PSAs is, well, duh. Well, okay. Well, I don't care. Just in case you didn't know, wrestling's fake. Sorry, rambling, if you're here. I apologize. But, yeah. Yeah, that's what we had to do. We had to let the world know. Josh reads The Crow is over the headlights with the crows. Indiana Jones Idol, bottom left. Epic saw the 3-boobed woman. Yeah, everybody saw the 3-boobed woman. Golden ticket from Willy Wonka. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Actress of the red dots from The Predator. Sci-Fi says this wife needs to be executed for not being a true and loyal Kurogan. Resolute says 2. Star Trek Nitpicker says, look for a shout out on my special video next week. Bird, thank you so much, Star Trek Nitpickers. I will certainly be on the lookout. Rambling Nooks says, Bird of Prey, lol, you made the same choice Vince McMahon made in real life. Yeah, well, I guess it worked out for him. Resolute says, Bird of Prey, it's not fake, it's scripted. It's a fake. It's a fake. It's a fake. It's a fake. Right? That hollow program that Garrick had created, it's not fake. It's scripted. No, it's a fake. I'm sorry, it's a fake. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm really tired tonight. I'm going to call it a stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, about, it could be off a little, but planning for 2 p.m. Eastern. Blazing Saddles will be the movie. It is available on Hulu. If you have Hulu, you can watch your own copy. Obviously, if you own a copy of the movie, you can watch your own copy. If you don't own a copy of the movie and you don't have Hulu, then I will try to set it up so that you can watch it in the Bird of Prey 5 screening room. But I can't promise it, but I will do my best. So that's the plan for tomorrow. And I will talk to you guys later. And Rock Solid says the wrestling is real to him. I'm not surprised. Good night, all. Bird out. Bird out. Yeah, bird out.